Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of AFM podcast. Today, we're here with our special guest, Johnny Phouminh, uh, and I'm here with Rahul Dhiman. And unfortunately, Johnny G couldn't join us due to some work commitments. So we'll hopefully see him in the next podcast. So thank you, Johnny, for joining us in this podcast. We're really pleased to have you as our special guest today. So how's everything going?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me as a special
Mm.
guest. How are you both?
Yeah, not bad.
That's good.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
So Johnny,
podcast, buddy.
mm,
Thank you.
so without any further ado, we'll start our podcast. So today is gonna be chat about how you got into collecting and how you started with your ACBA, because your ACBA is fantastic and we've been seeing it all over AFM, on our Facebook group, on our IG, and it's really inspiring to a lot of people, like, to do things with their figures. So Johnny, can you share the story of when you first got into collecting action figures, and sort of what sparked your interest in collecting these things?
Sure. When I was very young, about 2 or 3, whatever, my parents took me to a family, friend's house. Their kids let me play with their Matchbox or Hot Wheel cars, and I wouldn't give it back to them.
So you are one of those kids.
Yes, so don't let me your toys, let me play with it at that age. My parents would have to give him money for it, and they were embarrassed to take me anywhere.
Hmm.
Whenever I see a computer, Sega or Nintendo console I would want to play,
Yep.
they would let me, actually, like 99% of the time.
Of course.
I notice, yes. I notice a few photos of me holding a toy car in my hand at a very young age.
Yeah.
I grew up watching Voltron, Astro Boy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, X-Men. I would record them on video cassette in the morning. The retro Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo would have been probably one of my first that my parents brought me, as well as the retro He-Man. The He-Man, there's like a spring that he does a punch, a special punch or something.
Oh, yes. Yes, we all had that one.
I think everyone would have had that.
I think
probably Leonardo.
Yeah, Rahul Bro's first figure was also like a He-Man.
Yeah, my dad bought it.
Yeah.
Nice. There was also, I think there's a micro mini Transformers as well. They'll come in like a set of 4 or 5. It was like a military one.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're now obviously all gone. When I reached my teens, my parents would give them away.
Yeah.
Yes, that was my memories. Question 2.
Now that's really good to know, Johnny, that this whole thing started from a very early age, like,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think that's where we start, right? And then we just carry on, and
Absolutely.
the inner child never give up. So, Johnny, was there any specific line or set of figures that made you start, or was it just randomly collecting, or you were like, okay, these are the figures I want, or this is the line I want to go in, be it Transformers or Aliens or DC or movie line. So what was or you had anything specific when you started collecting?
Yes, I did. So about the age of 10, in 1992, I was in Sydney with my family members, and there was a arcade machine, Street Fighter 2 was there. I played as Del Sim.
Yeah.
I lost against the computer. And then I played as Blanca. I also lost with the computer.
Yeah.
From there, I went to buy video games and consoles. And it wasn't until 2007, my friends were going overseas to Thailand and Hong Kong. And I was like, oh, can you please buy me some Street Fighter action figures?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so during that time, they had the SOTA Street Fighter Alpha line,
Oh,
which was
nice.
at this early age. My friends, they bring back Shinakuma, Ibaroi,
Okay.
and Chun-Li, and then my collection started building. I've had them since then.
Yeah.
Wow.
I brought my first graphic novel. It was The Crow.
Oh, The Crow. Nice.
Yes. Oh, yes. It's pretty much my favorite movie of all time. Crow, Brandon Lee. Rest in peace, Brandon Lee.
Rest in peace. Yeah, definitely. The whole, the new one was not as great because I think there's been other Crow movies out after the classic one, but people are just trying to find Brandon Lee in every single actor, and the new one didn't have his iconic hair, so that's also another reason for failure because the actor, he was from IT.
Yes.
What his name? What's his name?
Pretty good.
He's an awesome actor, but yeah, he was just set up for failure without that look. Yeah.
The whole story was really sad and depressing. They were addictions, and they were at like a rehab. And I didn't like the story. Like it was totally different. It was
No, I
was like,
completely
this doesn't work.
Yeah, I
It
completely
was.
And the relationship timeline was pretty like they met a week ago and then they're in the head over heels for each other. It's all over the drugs. So yeah, it's just
I can't believe it. I was like really shocked. I was like, that didn't happen. Not even the graphic novel. Or the movie.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, sometimes they take the liberty to, change, tweak, and it pays off sometimes. Audience won't like it.
Definitely.
So, yeah, it's a risk.
Just disappointing. I hope you guys didn't pay any money to go see that at the cinemas. Or just steam it.
I have to say, I have paid because it had that actor,
definitely.
See it, but
Anyways.
It's just disappointing. Yeah. So Johnny, I have a question, which is how did you get in? We've been seeing your like awesome toy photography, action video photography, whatever it is, and it's got a name now. It's called always had a name since a long time. It's ACBA. So how did you get into ACBA, and what drew you to that side of the hobby?
One day, a friend messaged me and asked me to try and pose the figure and take a photo. And then I tried that. And then another friend advised me to buy a camera, lens, lights, maybe find a few props or find something like a background or diorama, maybe use a computer screen for that one. A friend of mine from the 112 Japanese Australian group sent me an invite to ACBA and Toy Comics Inc. And said that I'll be fine. Take a browse, have a look, get yourself comfortable, get some ideas, get your action figures, your camera, lens, lights, all the things you need. Just practice, take a shot and post it, which I did on looks like my first post was the 23rd November 2019. It was actually an outdoor shot with Optimus Prime and Megatron. One of my local friends was actually with me that day, and he helped me take some shots as well.
Would you like to give your friend a shout out on this podcast because they inspired you to do all this?
Yes. Ivan, Anna, Joel, you guys are awesome. You guys shouted me all this, and my local friends, everyone else, you all know it, ACBA friends,
Mm.
and everyone in there, AMF. There's my family and friends who support me doing this. You guys are awesome. So are you, Saeed and Rahul?
Mm.
Yeah, it's usually a friend somewhere, who put you into bad habits or good habits.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, and they make
Spend a bit of cash.
they
Yeah.
can't
That's
see you
correct.
happy, and they said, okay, you need to spend some money. Okay, you
That's it.
bought toys, you better do
Yeah.
photography now. Spend
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always the bad angel on the shoulder that takes a human
Yeah.
form and introduces you to this
Always.
this whole thing. Yeah. So that's really good to know that you were inspired by a friend to do ACBA and you joined ACBA group and sort of continued from there. So Johnny, and I would like to ask you, like, do you have a primary focus in your collection, like Marvel, DC, anime, or something else? Like, what do you focus on at the moment, and what was your focus when you started collection?
I would have to say my main focus would be the SH figure arts anime
Mm.
from Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man, Dragon Ball, Naruto, and the video game characters Street Fighter,
Yep.
Mortal Kombat, King of Fighters, and Tekken.
Mm.
That's my main focus. With
Mm.
the SH figure arts, the articulation is undisputed.
Yeah.
It's really
Definitely.
good.
Mm.
Most of their stuff is pretty good. Some of their early stuff is loose as
Yeah,
well,
and
almost like
fragile
a
as well.
bootleg
Very fragile
fragile.
as well. Mm.
That's it. I
Yeah.
like it how they come with like a lot of interchangeable faces, a
Yep.
lot of hands. Accessories can be a decent amount as well.
Mm.
The way it's executed as well, the paint jobs and the application, and just the way they look on the anime themselves.
Yep.
As well. The way they've done
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I think that the finishing and all that, matters a lot. When we look at them in the display, and figures are getting better and better over the
They
time,
are.
Mm.
there is no stopping with the technology and,
Yeah.
everything about
They are.
figures are getting even better.
Even with hot toys and inarts, like we didn't imagine like we'd get rolling eyeballs at some stage.
Yeah, and
Oh,
So,
hot
and
toys
we have that
articulation
now, and we've
eyeballs.
got and I think Raul Rose owns a few inarts. So and we've got like figures that can stand on their own with magnetic base. So
Oh,
they're constantly
that's good.
evolving their technology, matching it up to the expectations of the collectors. And I'm still waiting on the day we'll see jaw articulation on 1/6 figures. Like it's just the last thing I would say. Like the articulation is there, everything else is there. Just jaw articulation is missing. So hopefully we'll see more and more changes. And coming back to the SH figure arts, the only thing that, like I said, they're fragile, they're a bit off scale, like
They
5 inches, they're a bit short
are
when you compare
definitely.
them to Marfex or Mescos or Marvel Legends. So that's another gripe, but they definitely
That's true.
are making a lot of anime stuff that no one else would.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
SHF figure art was one of my first one by 12, or
Mm.
when I started my journey, and I got an Iron Man at that
Oh,
time, and
nice,
I realized,
nice.
and I marked,
Very
like,
metallic. Yeah, the Iron
yes,
Mans are very metallic, which looks
yeah, I
Mm.
mean
nice.
they've done a good job. A lot of accessories, and
They
but I
did.
looked at and they look a little smaller compared to my Mescos and
Yeah.
Mayfix at that time. But I
Mm.
still, love that figure. So Johnny, with all these collection, when it starts coming up and you keep buying something new, do you have anything,
That's right.
that does it change over the time that these are my top three or top four
It
figures?
does. It
I,
Mm.
does. Especially sometimes when they do like a re-release or repaint, they
okay.
touch it up like maybe they make it darker or brighter, or they might add an extra accessory, or they might take something out.
So which one you would say are your top three figures right now, and what
Right
make you
now,
feel start? Yeah.
Is that the Megatron?
it's
Oh,
actually
the
a tie.
Megatron. Yeah.
It's actually a tie between these two. They're both
Yeah.
masterpieces.
Sure.
Right.
Masterpiece. 36 Megatron, Takara, Masterpiece,
Mm.
10 Optimus Prime, Takara.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really hard between these two. Before I was like going this one or this one. I was like going, this is number one. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why don't you leave them in an arena to fight and decide which one is better?
The last one standing wins.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Soundwave. He's also a masterpiece.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
What are the scale on
Yeah.
these Transformers? Like 7 inches, 8 inches? Or
25 to 30 centimeters.
centimeters? Sure.
Yes. Yes. So they're much. Yes. So, but the Bruce Lee SH figure is small. Is a bit small. It's like small as probably the girls. Maybe same height as Chun-Li. Oh, sorry. This is number 3. The great legend, the GOAT of all time.
I thought it's gonna be Reagan. It's gonna be a Reagan figure, like.
Unfortunately, I haven't found a Reagan figure yet. Maybe there's a custom somewhere. There's a custom somewhere doing some breakdancing.
Obviously, the custom would need to have a hand accessories to do the kangaroo moves as well.
Definitely. Hopefully, it has some facial expressions. As well.
Yeah, I've seen.
And also,
I guess SH Figure Art have released, few more this Comic Con, and they're coming up with, more Jackie Chan. They've come up with the Jackie Chan.
Oh yes, I saw that him in the green police story suit.
Yes, looks fantastic.
I'm like, oh my god, it would be awesome with Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone has a 1/12 scale bus or something. I got a couple of cars. Might be able to use it for something. On his stunt moves.
Yeah, but that looks fantastic. I looked at it and it looks so great.
I'm like, oh wow, it looks like a lot of fun. Maybe jumping off a building, hurting himself again, breaking a bone.
Yes, I mean, and with that figure, there are so many possibilities of photography and doing.
Definitely.
Yeah, I hope they have a dynamic stand also with it, but I'm sure we can do a lot with that one.
Absolutely.
For sure. I can't wait to see what accessories it comes with.
Yeah.
Like his injury stuff and all that. Like a broken arm or something. Who knows?
That would be fun, right? That would
It
be
would
fun
be.
to show.
Yeah. It would be.
They should
Like
give
what
some
I would-
dioramas. They should give some talk. But yeah, sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, that's fine,
That's
bro.
right.
So what I was saying is with Jackie Chan, like, have you guys played that game, where Jackie Chan's game, the 2D game, where he fights all these enemies?
Was that stunts something? Jackie Chan's stunts on the
Don't really remember.
PS2 or
PS2 one, probably, like where he's kicking enemies, like going in a 2D.
maybe.
There was a little girl with
I
him
might
as
have
well.
a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have.
See that one made.
Remake would be good. A remake of that one would be good.
Definitely.
Better graphics and gameplay would be awesome.
So Johnny, so I just wanted to ask you, like, what are some of the upcoming action figure releases that you are most excited to add to your collection? We already heard about the Jackie Chan. Are there any others that you want to add to your collection? Maybe from anime, maybe from Marvel, maybe from DC. I haven't really seen you collect DC, so
Probably the Mafex, Jim Lee, X-Men, Rogue, and Jubilee.
Oh, nice.
That would be nice. Those two. The Storm Collector was Morgan. I've been waiting for a Morgan figure for ages from Darkstalkers.
Oh, nice.
Yes, which is the really sexy, seductive female vampire.
Yeah.
Why not? Because I already have Dimitri from Darkstalkers. He looks pretty cool too. Besides the Jackie Chan SH figure arts, there's a couple of One Piece characters. There's I forget their names already. Saji, I think that's his name. There's a few Demon Slayer characters as well coming to the SH figure arts, which they already made on the Figma
Yep.
as well. Yes, so they're going to do that too. What else is there? There's probably a few. Well, I can't remember what on top of my head. What are you guys? What are you guys looking forward to?
I think there's so much coming up. The problem is every time you open internet, every morning you'll see something or the other. You are like, okay. I mean, I'm majorly into 1x6 now, so
yeah,
I was still okay with Hot Toys coming up or some third parties coming up with something. With Inart coming in, suddenly Hot Toys is producing like 10 figures a day.
Yes.
That's it.
And you have no idea. So one is a list of POs which you look forward and say, okay, this is gonna get released anytime soon or in 6 months. This is the line I'm gonna go in, and bam, you next morning is completely different. You were not looking for it. Like they have given a new Deadpool, Hot Toys.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, with the custom. And I've ordered a custom head. I ordered those custom claws,
We were just talking
nice.
weapons, everything, and now Hot Toys is coming with it. So I'm like,
oh no,
guys, why can't you just tell us well in advance so we can plan things?
So
It's like for
that's
next
the
5
thing.
years.
That's the thing. Like, if they would have told collectors that, hey, look, there's one version that's coming out with the claws and unmarked random, and said the first one
That's
wouldn't
it.
sell, so they wouldn't be able to sell any, because no one would get it, because you're getting basically everything on the second one, like a marked head, unmarked head,
Yes.
even a TVA portal, and even a TVA device. Like I did ACBA yesterday. Like, I had to use one from the Loki and Sylvie, the TVA
Right.
device, because they didn't include it in this release. So yeah, it's just sometimes it just feels like a money grab,
But they need to
it's
they
not-
need to realize, right? People are
That's
spending
right.
10 times more going to custom artists to get it
Oh,
done.
definitely.
And I've gone to custom artists to get all those things done. And there's a
Wow.
long waiting. And suddenly I see them. I said, come on, I would have bought another figure in that price.
Exactly.
The amount I've paid. So it's really hard, but I'm
It
looking for
is.
I'm waiting for from the Marvel, I'm waiting for the God Loki to be released
Oh
finally.
yeah, that's an incredible
That's
figure.
one
That's gonna be
figure.
incredible.
I'm hoping that this guy from Fusion comes up with
Mm.
the lights
Yep.
of on his
Yeah.
throne. So that's one big
Oh,
giant
that.
figure might take the entire space. I'm waiting for Ina to come up with Christopher Reeve's Superman. They've given
Yep.
Oh,
some
nice.
hints, but
Mm.
nothing after that. So
Mm.
these are the few which definitely in my I'm
Oh,
looking
nice.
out and I'm holding back. But
Mm.
Good
we
choice.
never know. And then the new Wolverine
Yeah,
with
both of them.
shirtless and the
Mm.
other one. So they did the same thing. They released one. Then after a few days or after 15 days, they
An
came up with the
upgrade.
shirtless one. Yeah. So
Oh my
let's
god.
see. Yeah. So,
Yeah, exactly.
That normally happens. I forgot to mention there's a ramen diorama for Naruto. Looks pretty cool. I don't know
Oh,
if you've seen it.
nah,
I
not seen it.
not yet. I definitely pre-ordered that because I'm going to be needing it. I was like, oh no, it looks like fun. It's a ramen
Mm.
shop. Might be able to do some stuff with it too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that
So
was
that's good.
man. That does
Mm.
help. And
Yeah.
Nice,
so,
nice.
okay, so while we are talking about what's coming up and all, so do
Mm.
you have a particular brand which you think you lean more towards, like Mesco, Mayfix? I know we touched SHF, but what you think is the brand and what you collect works most. So there are three companies coming up with the same figure. So do you look at, or do you have a predefined mindset that these are the guys? They do a good job. I'm gonna, without even looking or reviewing, I'm gonna go with them. So, do you have anything specific, or which one you prefer? Because we all have our own subjective, lookouts. So, which one is your brand, and why is that? Why you would look at that?
Definitely is the SH figure arts, the Mayfix as well, because of the amount of accessories. I know you got to pay a bit more. You got to have to be
Right.
careful which one you choose because obviously you pay for that And then you get the accessories, maybe the changing faces, changing hands, things like that. And the articulation
Yes.
as well, it's really good on Mayfix and SH figure arts. Storm collectibles, they're a bit bigger. It's one of my mains as well. The articulation, it's good, but it's probably not as good as the SH figure arts and Mayfix.
Yeah,
because they're so big, and especially when you want to balance it, because they're so heavy as well. If you want to use a glass or put something in there, you want to stick something up in midair, it's going to be heavy, and they might take a fall as well. so you can imagine that if you're trying to do a toy prototype.
You do a great photography, so I've seen your work.
Thank you.
Amazing. So you're like,
too, sir.
yeah, and the articulation makes a huge difference. Yeah, I understand. The posing
does.
them and getting it them does make a huge difference there.
It does. Like sometimes there's a bit of gap and stuff, but you can't help it. Like if you look at the Revotech, it's really, really ugly gaps in there. But it is so articulated.
Yeah.
And you can see the pegs and things like that. Like the articulation is so crazy.
Yeah, Yamaguchi.
That's the one. Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
They are a bit heavy, especially the Venom, which I used to own. I would have to use a stand. Yeah, he's heavy. He's heavy and big.
Yeah,
he is a bit metallic as well, which I own. I was like going, oh, why did I get this? I ended up getting rid of all my Yamaguchi Revotechs when I saw the Mayfix line started to come out. So I was like, oh, okay, they're making Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, so this is where my money's going, but I got to get rid of this first.
Yeah, true.
To make the budget and space for it. I was like, why not?
Yeah, I have seen a few of your sales posts. Yeah.
Would you like to buy the rest?
I wish I collected
a new home.
There's always a start. You can always start collecting.
Yeah.
Give it a new home.
Yeah, get it. Start collecting. Don't hold back. I know you want it. Right?
Yeah, little known fact about me: I sold all of my 6-inch and 7-inch to last year, I think, and then focused solely on hot toys and statues. Yeah.
You can't do that. Nice. You can't do that. You have to start again.
Reset it. A fresh start. It's all right.
Yeah.
A fresh start.
It's just that, like, I think Rahul will be able to relate to it. Like when you start doing hot toys in arts, and you compare the 6 inches, unless it's of course not anime or other stuff. And you compare the small ones to the hot toys, the details. Your mind is not satisfied anymore. Your mind wants what's I'm taking this out of the film and keeping it in my shelf, something like that. So that's why I'm probably not gonna be doing 60 or 7-inch anytime soon. But never say never.
I agree what you're saying. It's just the detailing, but then both have its pros and cons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you have those. So I still kept, while we were talking last time, I still kept around 10 of my 1x12 figures. Starting from the first one I got Wolverine, and then few Mayfix, few SHF, few Storm collectibles. So I have a mix of those, but these are some of the favorite ones. I kept it. And to manage sometimes, when you have a kid in the house coming in, or your friend's kid, and who just won't give up, like he started that he went to a friend's house and carry a Hot Wheel back with him. So I've kept few just in case, if it's unavoidable, I can hand over this figure and say, okay, you can play for a while.
Nice. What Storm collectibles in SEH do you have, Rahul?
For SHF, I have Iron Man for sure at the top of my head, and And okay, I'm getting old, man. I'm losing memory. For some collectible, I'll send you the pictures. I have to go to my room
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's fine.
check. But they are from the DC line.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, sure.
yes. So the mostly the villains and
Oh yes, same here. I got Darkseid,
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Doomsday.
yeah. Thank you so much
Doomsday.
for bringing
That's
the
all right.
name back to Darkseid.
Ares. Do you have
Yeah,
Ares?
Aries
Ares is
and
pretty cool.
Darkseid are the two I have. Yeah, these
Yeah.
are the two I
Okay.
have.
No,
Yeah,
no
from
Doomsday.
no. So I just
Oh,
stopped.
okay.
When I started 1 by 12 when I was in it, and suddenly I got 1 by 6, and I just stopped. And I said I
Yeah.
can't
Nice,
afford
nice.
to have. My
Mm.
idea was that if I collect 1 by 6, they are more expensive.
They
So
are.
maybe I'll collect less. That
Oh
didn't
yes.
happen. That didn't happen.
That never happens. It's
I
a
thought,
deep sinking hole. Yeah, you get in once, you can't get out. Like yeah.
That's it.
yeah,
Mm.
yes. Okay, so let's move to the next one.
Yeah. So Johnny, so here's a
Yes.
question that will rattle your mind. So let's say in a scenario of a natural disaster, like let's say a cyclone or a flood, or let's say an earthquake. So
Don't go there.
previously we used to ask like which one figure
Excuse
you're
me.
gonna take. People couldn't decide. Like, oh, I've got this statue, I've got my PSI, I've got this other figure. So we're gonna give you three options. Like, what are the three figures you're gonna take and run? Obviously, we
Come
know
on,
you've
man.
got some of your favorite figures.
Oh,
Aside from that, are there any other ones that you're gonna take and
oh,
run from the
sure, sure.
collection?
Oh, this is a tough one. It's a really tough one.
I've given you three options.
Sure, sure. I would have to say the Mayfix Magneto.
Oh,
His
okay.
cape, he's articulated. His fabric. He's got a few interchangeable faces too. He's got some
Mm,
special effects. That
mm,
figure, well, the day I received it,
mm,
I was pretty happy. So that's definitely one of them. And
mm.
there's a Demon Slayer Tanjiro. It's a fabric
Tanjiro.
one.
Yep. Mm.
Yes, the fabric one. I can't remember the name. It's not a Figma. It's not an SH figure. It's
Mm.
another brand. I can't remember.
Is that the one we saw the ACBA a few days ago? The one that was
Probably been using
smiling.
fabric.
Oh yeah,
Probably, and there's a fabric of Nazuki. Oh, whatever the girl's
Nezuko.
name, Nezuko. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got one of her as well, or
Mm.
fabric. So there's that one.
Yeah.
The Lucky Loss. Maybe the Storm Collectibles Akuma,
Oh
Street
yeah,
Fighter
Akuma.
4.
I think Akuma is one of your favorites, and the T-shirt with
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
customized is
I
also
I know
this one.
where it's I know where it's headed. In next
Yeah.
Oh,
5 minutes,
yes.
he's gonna name every figure in his collection.
I think we've gone above three, so we're just gonna
Come
consider
on,
the
I
first
thought
three. Yeah.
I thought you'll say the real men don't run. I'm gonna stay back, protecting my action figures from the
I'm gonna
natural
go down with
disaster.
all of them. Like the house falls apart,
Yes,
I'm gonna go down with
yeah,
them, and
Excuse me.
yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
I mean, in my house, if middle of the night, if I hear something has fallen down,
mm,
I wouldn't get up half my life and I ask my wife, can you go and check? You're not that lazy. But now I just stand up and run to my room and check if everything is okay. Yeah. And I'm like, that's okay. Just TV
yeah.
fell down and broke. My figure is fine.
And you'll be
But
happy.
yeah, but all your
Yeah.
figures are in the glass cabinet, so that's your advantage. Like mine are all exposed out, so and I do hear paranormal activity happening sometimes, like figures falling by themselves. Even after you secure them, like you can't help it sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes figures do fall in within
Yeah, yeah.
display also,
Oh,
and then
definitely.
you're worried that with a glass cabinet, if all
Oh,
comes
yeah,
down,
Yeah,
even the glass cabinet
yeah,
too.
yeah. Sometimes
yeah,
I've seen some posts of people where in Dettol, they have overloaded it, put so many figures in it, and
yeah,
eventually
Yes,
it has come down,
yeah.
tumbling down.
Come
So
down. Mm.
that's a natural disaster itself.
it is. Like that Ghost Rider one statue that is really heavy, and then it's like crushing down. It's really. I
Oh, my
seen it
one.
lots of time. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I seen it a while ago, probably a couple of
Mm.
years ago. I was
Yeah.
going, oh, expensive Ghost Rider statue falling down a glass cabinet.
Oh, I just use it as a lamp in my room right now. I'll just show you guys some. So yeah,
Sure,
this
sure.
one we're talking about the
Yeah,
sideshow sweater. Yeah,
looks really good.
yeah.
Yeah, cleaning it, it's gonna be a mess, right? If the dust comes in with so many
So with my
parts.
with my with my setup, this is a fully like no air comes in or out. There's air con.
You're
So
stuck
this
breathing
whole
there,
setup,
right?
yeah, this whole setup is designed to reduce dust because I've got a lot of stuff crammed in here like statues, hot toys. So to reduce dust, it's just you've got to make sure there's no air coming in here. And I'm on the like fourth floor of the apartment, so there's and it's like an isolated room. So yeah, dust is obviously gonna be there every 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
It's just that, and I enjoy cleaning. Like I'd rather do this than go to work. So so yeah.
Smell like statues and plastic.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
our that's the thing we get high off of.
Yeah, it's still,
Nice,
I think it's
nice.
still
Yeah,
easier to clean the statues, with the brushes and all that, with the action figures,
yeah.
because of, you have them in a dynamic pose or, pose in a
Mm,
manner. The
yeah.
minute you try to go into your collection, you try to
Mhm.
clean one, the other one will fall, and it's a dominoes
Oh
effect.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
story of our
something or
lives.
the other, and some parts
Yeah,
will come out, the swappable
Oh, yeah.
faces or arms,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
It's
and
pretty
it will
common.
fall down. Yeah, it's a pain, right? You're looking under
It
the
is.
shelf.
mm,
And then
Yeah.
sometimes it can be right at the bottom and at the back of the cabinet, like a
mm.
little thing, like a sword or
Yes,
something,
and you're trying to take
which
your
you have
hand
to,
there.
yeah, you have to dig it out and
Yeah,
then
And when you
spray it
dig
again.
it one out, and all the ones in the front come
Yeah, yeah.
down.
exactly.
Oh, yeah, like a domino. Yes,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a
like a
domino.
domino.
Yeah, like
I
a
It's
lot of
sometimes,
happens.
people like their stuff crammed in. You know, me included. I like my stuff crammed in. It feels like I've got a lot of figures. Like it feels like,
Use
oh, I
up all
don't
the
have
space.
a little bit
Use
space.
up
I'll
all the
chuck one
space.
in. Yeah.
That's it.
Mhm.
Use up
oh,
all the
it's
space.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh wow.
Ah, I don't know if you can see it or not. Oh man. Yeah, I'll turn on the lights.
Yeah, I think that'll be better. Yep, much more
Get it
clearer now.
closer.
Oh, nice. You've got shelf lighting.
Yeah. Whatever reach.
Mm. I like the gambit with the
Yeah.
cloth jacket. Mm.
Oh wow. Yeah,
That's really
that's the problem with all the characters, right? More
cool.
boxes, uh, so much,
Mm.
stuff coming in, and we always running out of the space. When
Yes,
Yeah,
I
yes.
st- yeah, when I started displaying and I moved to 1 by 6.
yeah.
So we were talking at that time that all were easily available and they were in production. So I said, let me buy one. And my wife said, maybe you should buy three just in case your
Holy.
production increases. I
Yeah.
said, no, I don't think I need
She
three. One
predicted it.
is enough. Now
Mm.
I have around, 8 of those
Whoa.
and getting filled so quickly. And it's a gap of
Yeah.
2 years. So I
Yeah.
thought
I
one would be enough.
nice.
And
I
yeah,
also have a bookcase as well. This one here,
Yeah.
but
That
this
looks
is
empty.
protecting the sun. Yeah. Oh,
Oh
it's
yeah.
actually not. It's got my aliens and predators on it. It's protecting
Oh
the
yeah.
sun.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Nice.
So yeah. There's no. It's not glass. It's the bookcase. So you have to try and protect it from dust and sun.
Mm.
And
yeah, I
so
mean, I have to clean things once in every month
Mm.
because the dust starts coming in. And, minute you switch on the lights, it starts showing up, and especially on the
Yeah.
dark figures. And
Mm.
I have so many of Batman, so it starts showing a glittery Batman because of the dust sparkles on
Mm.
it. So I have to go and clean it,
oh,
and
Yeah.
then the
True.
pleather
True.
thing, and
common.
the soft goods,
Mm.
everything. So it's get a little more hard. The more you
It
leave it with
does.
dust, the worse it's gonna get. So it's a pain, cleaning figures. That's
Yeah.
another
Oh
task.
yes.
Maintaining them.
Yes.
it started as a hobby, now it's a full-time job.
Yeah, 100% it is. Yeah.
You should be paid. You should be paid for it for cleaning your fees.
Yes,
Yeah.
trust me, man. It's a pain. So, okay, because Johnny couldn't join in Johnny G, so let me ask a question on his behalf, and I'll be reading
Mm.
Excuse me.
what he was supposed to ask, but he's sending me that. So, you've joined AFM. So, what do you think now AFM rule is? How you look at AFM? What changes it's bringing? I know there are hundreds of 1 by 6, 1 by 12 communities out there. So how do you look at AFM? So that's the first part of my question. And second is how has it contributed to your passion? So one is in the collecting area or photography area, how you see AFM, and how does it since you have joined, how you find changing your approach.
Action figures maniac. Come join us,
There's our t-shirt back
everyone,
there.
everyone around the world.
I need to
Yeah,
get
Photography
those. Come on, man.
collectors.
You have to send one
all on
of
as
my.
well.
I
Rahul
think
will also have his one soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think AFM is really friendly and welcoming to everybody,
Mm.
like from collectors around the world and everywhere. Everyone's really amazing. I haven't seen any negative comments or arguments or anything like that. Any
Yeah.
bully, all
Yeah.
that stuff. There's a lot of talent, a lot of amazing artists and talent in the group as well. Like, there's so many figures, like millions and millions different figures from
Yeah.
different
Right.
artists that people are posting. Like everyone's collection is going to look really different.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really friendly and welcoming. And
Definitely.
my role is great.
Yeah.
It's simple at the moment.
Mm.
I'm still learning. It'll get harder and harder. The new
Yeah.
events like
Yeah. Of
this
course.
recent one is the black and white.
Yeah.
I haven't
Monochrome.
even
Yeah.
monochrome.
Shout out to Rahul Bro for suggesting the
Thank
event.
you, Ro.
Purely all
Yeah,
the
I thought.
credit goes to him. We couldn't even think like if a black and white event's gonna work,
Excuse me.
and we've already got so many entries all on Instagram and
Yeah,
Facebook.
see,
Like it's just a hit.
yeah, it's easier to take a picture and turn it into black and white, but then you
It
realize
is.
that all the details have gone. Your
That's it.
backdrop,
That's
your
it.
so you have to click up, black and white. You have to think about textures, the lights, what to show off. So
That's
it's a
it.
good practice. The idea of adding
It
to what you were
is.
saying in AFM is so people keep learning from each other.
It
Yeah,
There's
is.
so many new
100%.
things. So
It is.
as we contribute, we take back from the community also. So we look
Mm.
at what amazing everyone is clicking, and such amazing content.
Yes, of
I've
course.
been in this
Mm.
group for some time now, and I've seen the content is you came in and other people came in, and the content is getting
Mm.
better and better. The quality of
Oh
the
yeah.
Yeah.
pictures, of course, the cameras have
Mm.
gone better, but the thought process the
Mm.
thought process is amazing. The kind
Yeah.
It
of
is. It's
poses.
just
Mm.
Sometimes you don't
getting.
have to look anywhere.
It is getting featured on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That is tops. Like everyone likes
Mm.
it. It
Oh
Mm.
yes.
makes me and makes everyone want to post more. So I got, oh,
Mm.
my art is getting recognized. Okay,
Yeah, of
and
course.
people want to join because not all groups will do the feature like
Nah,
that.
Right.
nah.
Yeah,
Mm.
like some groups you never know. They're looking for perfection. Oh, the
Mm.
lighting's a bit too dark, or the
Yeah,
pose is a bit off,
that's
something like
right.
that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's encouraging people to take photos
Mm.
and post. This
Yeah, I think.
feature is amazing and friendly.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
think at the end of the day, we all want to feel happy about what we are doing, right? This
It
Yep.
it's an
is.
escape. So even if you're a budding photographer or you don't know much, but you put
Mm.
in that effort to click a picture, try to have a
Mm.
background, try to go on the internet and read about it, learn about it,
Mm.
how to pose, what are the ways of putting lights. So at least there is an effort and you're enjoying, because we're trying to sometimes create those iconic scenes from movies and series
Yeah.
and video game, or
That's
sometimes
it.
we are just trying to make a completely new scene,
Yeah.
That's
or
right.
multiverse and bringing them together. So it's just going back on the table as a kid and just playing with two toys and
That's
clicking,
it.
and that's what we are doing. We are still collecting and we are still doing those. I know a lot of
Mm.
people who collect, and they unfortunately their figures are still in box because of space issues,
Yeah.
or
It
one
happens.
day,
Yeah.
someday. But bring them out, give them fresh air, give them little dust,
Mm.
That's it.
so you can clean them. But yeah,
Mm.
That's it.
I think those collectors, no hate or disrespect, but their
Yep.
thought is like, oh, I collect for myself. It's only for me, and I'm gonna keep this all to myself, and I'll take all this to my grave, and I'm never gonna inspire or show off to anyone, or like, yeah, that's just the mentality they have. And I know people that have like five rooms filled with statues and hot toys, but they will never
Yes.
make a single post.
no,
So that's yeah.
yeah, I agree in certain extent. But at least some of them are at least taking it out of the boxes
Yeah.
and seeing themselves, at least getting a happiness to themselves. I've seen
Mhm.
so many
Yeah.
who just keep them in boxes, never take it out,
Yeah.
and you know, it's you become a hoarder. Then you collect,
That's
Mhm.
it.
you buy, and then you're already on to the next one, thinking which next one to
Mhm.
buy.
Yeah.
So
Or,
that's it.
or sometimes they sell it for a profit.
Oh yes,
Oh
there are
yeah.
Yeah.
plenty. I'm sure there are
Yeah.
plenty. I wish
Definitely.
we could make profit, or I could make profit. I've
I
always
wish we don't have to work anymore.
undervalued it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I've
be
always
rich.
undervalued.
We'll be rich for doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Definitely.
so coming to the second part. So since you have joined AFM, you think that your photography or your thought process has changed, or did you manage to pick up something from the community, and has it helped you, improve any skills, or you were like, okay, I can do better.
Yes, yes. The especially the special features,
Right,
getting feature, which made me want to do more and lets me have a look at more posts and different
right,
artists
right.
as well, and more convincing and friendly. Like going, oh, that looks really nice. Where did you get that diorama from? Did you make it? Or comments like that sort of thing. What lights did you use? Or
Yeah.
what action figure brand is that? And what's this
Yeah.
character?
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, and which
I,
gives me more improvement as well. And going, oh,
Mm.
maybe I might get that one day. Maybe I might, you know, pose it a bit different or fix my pose or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Use
Yeah.
that
Definitely.
background.
Mm.
and people are helping out. I've seen in
They are.
AFM that so many would come in and contribute and suggest and say, okay, this is what I did. Putting BTS, we did a feature on BTS, behind the
Yeah.
scenes, and people still nice enough to come and talk about you know pose A, pose B, and this is how I've
Oh
done this kind
yes,
of light, this kind of camera, because maybe not everyone can afford or have the
that's
space
it.
to put
Yeah,
have the good lenses and all, but it's still picking up, looking at those features, doing post editing. It does help, and your collection, and you have a digital collection also keep increasing. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is great.
Yeah.
I, at the moment I'm just using natural light because
Yeah.
one of my lights there's something wrong. I think it's the cord. So
Yeah.
I'm not really trying to do anything at nighttime. Maybe probably
Mm.
do in the afternoon into the day.
Yeah.
Trying to close or
Yeah.
how much of the curtain I close. Trying to rely
Mm.
on the natural light as well.
Mm. Most of your
Yeah.
photography is tangible, so kind of makes sense that you'd be using natural light as well.
Yes, yes, that's it.
Mm.
So yeah,
Mm.
I'm not using the lights all the time, but
Mm.
maybe when I'll get a chance to, I'll do it.
Mm.
I'll try it again. Nighttime,
Mm.
it's not an easy task like playing with lights.
No, it's
Sometimes you
not.
could be using multiple. Sometimes you only need two. Sometimes you need three to four.
Yep.
Oh,
Mm.
it's just
Definitely.
Oh,
crazy.
yeah,
Definitely.
getting the right light is not easy. Getting a right
No,
light is not easy.
Mm.
playing with the color lights is pretty cool. Like I like to use the blue for nighttime sort of ish. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
give that night
Mm.
sort of look.
Yep.
And then you got the red kind of maybe the evilness look. Who knows?
Yeah.
Fucking berserk. Fucking
Oh,
Yeah.
berserk.
That's right. That's
I
right.
do struggle with, the minute I switch on the red light or the
Mm.
blue, and suddenly I can't focus on the figure.
Yeah,
Oh, it
Yeah.
takes a lot of effort. You keep
that's
moving,
it.
and when you set it up everything, and you think you got a
Mm.
perfect shot,
That's it.
and you realize, oh, the cloth was not in the right place,
Yeah,
or his hand was
it
twisted like
can
this.
be
Yeah.
off. Yeah, it
Yeah.
can be off.
Yeah, you got the
That's right. That's
perfect photograph, perfect lighting,
right.
and you're looking at your camera,
One
looking at
thing
those
that's
pictures.
missing. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have put
It
every,
is.
you've taken out your fingers. Now you have put them back,
That's it.
changed all the accessories, and you're like, oh man, I got a perfect picture. Just
Mm.
to see that, his
Yeah.
hand was twisted while moving things. It's
Mm.
a lot of patience needed to do
It
photography.
is.
That's right. That's right.
A lot of
It
patience
is
needed there.
Mm.
amazing.
So, Johnny, thanks for your feedback on AFM as a group. I think
You're
the
welcome,
main thing we
Sayed. Thank
focus
you.
on is engagement and, of course, the feature. Shout out to all our moderators and admins who are helping us do it as well. So, Johnny, coming to the last question before we close, do you have any advice for like new collectors who are especially interested in ACBA and they want to start their own journey? Because a lot of people, not everyone is a ACB artist in any group. Like
True,
a
true.
lot of people are enthusiasts and they've got all these figures in their shelves and they're thinking, oh, I'm seeing this in AFM, I'm seeing this in ACBA group. I'm just gonna start my own. So, what sort of advice would you give them if they want to start ACBA?
Save your money and take up breakdancing lessons.
With Reagan, with Reagan,
Yes,
of
like
course.
Reagan.
Video calls,
Awesome.
video calls would work if you're outside of Australia.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
Save your money. Have a look around before you make a purchase on action figures, statue, props, diorama, whatever it is. Have a look on the reviews. Maybe get some references because sometimes the pre-orders, yes, it's the pre-orders that they can burn you off certain
Yeah.
companies or small business or stores. Like example, Zing. If you pre-order from them and lately they're not getting this in and they give you your money back, that's
Yeah.
good. If they don't give you your money back, oh,
Uh,
that's
toys are
another
never enough.
story.
Consumer
Yes,
Toys are
yes,
protection.
never enough.
yes. Like even in the past in the small business as
Mm.
well. So you got that sort of thing. You don't have to be a completist to get
Mm.
everything, because otherwise it's just too much. You end up selling off later on. You can cherry pick your characters or your line, and buy a proper camera with lens if you can afford one.
Yep.
Get some lights. Have a look around for props. If you can't afford a diorama, use a monitor.
Yep.
Turn the brightness and contrast to the lowest.
Yep.
Play with the distance on that one. Well, you can use natural lights if you want to. If
Mm.
you don't, yes, if you don't have lights, but probably during the day.
Yep.
Yes. So that's my advice. Also have a look around and browse in
Yeah.
different groups
Right.
on Facebook and Instagram, and have a look on the artists. Get some inspiration before you're comfortable at posting,
Yep.
and practice. Always practice as well. Take your time. Be patient.
Yes. Yeah. Well said, mate. Well said. I think
Thank
review.
you. Thank you.
Doing a research is important.
Oh,
Checking
definitely.
what is there out there, how people are clicking. Maybe there is a really nice pose, because a lot of
That's it.
people struggle with poses, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
If they have
yes.
not been into comics, and even if they figure out a good pose, your figure might not be able to support that.
That's
So
it.
you have to.
Yes.
It's a balance you have to check, but you have to
Yes.
look at the anatomy. There are a lot of amazing artists I follow and see that even their standing pose of the figure
Mm.
and lighting makes it so menacing, so amazing, with
It
little
Yep.
does.
tilt of the head, little tilt of the shoulder, and it looks so amazing and changes the mood
Mm.
It
from
does.
a Batman, standing there to fight a crime, or just finish the fight.
Yeah,
just a little change in the head or a body posture makes a huge difference. It's important
it
to
does.
understand that, learn, take your time, do hidden trial. It's not like old days, where the film reels or the photography reels will be over. You
That's
can
it.
click 36,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just leave it on
Thankfully.
the shelf. It'll look good.
yeah, yeah.
Collecting dust.
Seriously, and you would click and you're not sure, and your camera reels
Mm,
are finishing. Now it's all digital, so it's okay.
mm,
Maybe first 100 pictures won't come out right, but have patience.
True.
yeah,
Uh,
true.
but
True.
we collectors don't have that much patience, right? We have to agree. We sometimes talk and chat, on our group,
That's
and
it.
we're like, this has been released, and you're by the time it's just announced,
Yeah.
it's in your PA or in your
Can't wait
cart.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is it coming out? Quickly, quickly release it. I already
Yeah.
paid for the deposit.
Like
Yes.
like like for me, like I stopped pre-ordering like when so I know a few people who can just get it out of the Hot Toys showroom in Hong Kong and just send it to you the next week. But if you
Yeah.
PO, you're gonna get it a little bit later. So I'm gonna pay an extra $200 to get it like the day it's released from Hot Toys. So I've just stopped doing POs now. Like I'm
Yeah, but
willing to
the
Nice.
spend the
prices go
extra two
high.
hundred because
I never used to do a PO, but then I
mm,
found people that, I do PO, I save some money. It's gonna release in
mm,
2 years. And you just do a PO and forget about it. That you
yeah,
ever bought that figure. The minute it's
mm,
released, the person will send you an invoice.
mm,
And there are some great sellers who can send it, like he said, in a couple of days of release,
yeah,
first
yeah,
batch or the second batch. So
mm,
that's there. But I have patience issues. But now I realize
mm,
if I have to continue, purchasing more, I have to
mm,
look ways to save money. So maybe
yeah.
doing a
Correct.
PO will save me
It
$200.
will. It will.
Australian
It's
dollars.
just that you'll
Yeah,
get second batch or third
right.
batch, and you have to wait. Yeah.
It's raining. Had to close the
Oh, it's
door.
raining in
The window.
Canberra.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's actually raining. Had to close the
But the
window.
only
Yeah, for
that
you,
was really. Mm, yeah,
yeah,
you're
go ahead,
saying
go
what?
ahead. Sorry.
No, no, no. It's fine.
No, I'm saying for you guys, if the summer have
Yeah.
started, right?
Mm,
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, in Australia, the
yes.
summer.
Mm,
Yeah, so it's gonna be. I was there like I think 3 years, 4 years back around this
yeah.
time. I visited.
Where did you go? Did you go to Sydney or Canberra or
Yeah, I was in Sydney. I was staying
Sydney?
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, for two
Nice,
years. So
nice.
once I was with the family, when I was on my own for the work, but I
Mm,
was staying in Sydney for like good 2 3 months.
mm, nice.
How did you find? Did you like the Sydney lifestyle?
Coming from India,
Uh-huh.
the amount of the population difference in the both countries is
Okay,
huge.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's
I
really
found few
really
things.
crowded.
Yeah,
Mm,
I found few things weird, but most of the things were pretty nice. So
Okay,
it
a
was
few
good.
things, a few things a bit rough too.
mm,
Yes, yeah, but it's a mixed bag. When you travel like
It
another
is.
country, you'll always
yeah.
It
find
is.
it.
That's
But
right.
it's great,
It is.
man, having you here and
Mm,
asking you these candid questions. I was on the other
Nice.
side sometime back, so
yeah,
I
you
know
were. It
you
will
feel
be.
like you're.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, good to know your views about things and how you go. You do some amazing work,
Mm,
and
Nice.
we keep looking forward to seeing more amazing
mm,
work coming from you.
that's right.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Johnny, for joining us in this
Thank you.
podcast. Hopefully, and to our viewers, Johnny is a moderator in AFM. Uh, Congrats on your position formally in this video. Yeah, and we're really lucky to have you on
Join
board.
us.
And yeah, join us.
You're welcome.
Join the revolution.
Join us on the Facebook
Get
group,
featured.
on Instagram too.
Yeah, join us on Instagram, and obviously we're gonna have our YouTube channel up and running very soon, where all these podcasts will be published. Yeah, so take care, everyone, and we hope to see you in the next video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to us. Peace out.
Thank you, Sayed
Good day,
Rail.
everyone.
Join us and you'll get featured.